Oh my gosh, you guys, the third time is a charm. So we are going live finally. Thank you for your patience. I'm sure that you guys can understand tech can be challenging. You'll see next to me over here is Yvonne Heimann, and we're going to get started on this show. I just want to say thank you for joining us for Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Mary Fain Brandt, and this is our special guest today, Yvonne Heimann, or Ask Yvi. I like to call her Yvi. Ask her anything. She's the creator of the Bulletproof Your Business Planner 2.0 and a fabulous business coach who I'm excited to be working with in the future. Hey, if you know if you know someone who could benefit from this show, go ahead and just, hit that share button. Go ahead, hit it, send it out to your network. Let's get everyone to bulletproof their business this year. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and type #replay and let me know, because we promise to go back in and answer any questions and engage with you during the replay. Also, I'd love to know where my audience is from. So if you could just type in the city, state, country, planet that you're from. I think I'm a little loopy because I knew you were going to say that. Just let me know where you're watching from. We've built an international audience, and I'd love to know who's watching and where they're from. So before we get started, Yvi's going to share her COAST method. And I don't even know the details of this COAST method that she has created. So I'm super excited to be learning this right along with you guys. So let me go over what COAST stands for, and I'm going to read because it's very detailed. C is for clarify your focus and goals. That's always a good thing. O is for observe and organize. Another great thing. A is to adjust and advance your processes. I think we're working on that with me in September. Yep. S is to streamline your workflows. Another thing I need. And T is to transform your business method. I'm super excited to get to know more about this COAST method. But before we dive right in and share all these bite-sized tips with our audience today, you guys know me. I always like to share how my guest and I know each other. I don't just randomly pick people up on the street or on Facebook or LinkedIn. No, I always get to know my guests, because you know what? I only want to bring you credible guests. So Yvi and I, we met through our inner circle, and we like to blame Stephanie Liu, right?
Yep. we can't always blame Jen Herman. Once in a while, we got to blame Stephanie too.
Yeah.
So
totally,
yeah, you
Stephanie.
didn't just pick me up off the street. You just kind of picked me up at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego.
I did. I went and sat by, we'd been talking. I went and sat by you, and we just kind of clicked. And I got to know you a little more through the social media marketing world, the interactions, and watching Stephanie speak and Jen speak and Bella and, and some lunches and stuff. And the more I sat and talked with you, I mean, I'd seen your name online a lot, like in Jen and Stephanie, in that circle of friends that we have. But the more I got to know you, I was like, oh, I think that Yvi would be a fabulous guest on the show. And so then we jumped on a Zoom call. And we started talking, and we have a little more in common than we even thought. So
just a little.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
So then, of course, I asked Yvi to come on the show, and I'm so thrilled to have you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and for your patience as we get tech to work. So you guys, here's your tech tip of the day. When it doesn't work, log out of everything, not once, but twice. I literally had to log out of Ecamm and Skype Recorder twice to make this show happen. But you know what? High five, Yvi, because we didn't give up, right?
We never do. Ooh. I'm like, just look at me. We actually had that yesterday. It's technology. It happens. You just got to roll with it. You just got to restart 5 times in a row to finally make it work. We had it yesterday where the client suddenly had the cable guy outside without a warning or anything, and they repaired something. She's ready to jump on a coaching call, and her internet is down.
Oh, great.
What am I going to do?
What? Yeah, you just have to wait. You just have to go with it. So you guys, before Yvi jumps in and tells us the COAST method and how to bulletproof your business, Yvi, why don't you tell us about your background? I know that your story, I've been saying that tragedy to triumph, right? That's kind of how I marketed this, like from tragedy to triumph, and how you want to help other business owners protect their business and not go through the journey that you went through. So share your journey, your story, and how you got to this point.
So if you don't know, because I don't have an accent, right? So nobody can tell that I'm actually born German. And I immigrated to the States in 2007. Yeah, February 2007. And already knew I'm not going to have the same safety net that I had in Germany. I'm not going to have the retirement that I would have over there. I don't have the social safety net, that kind of thing. So my plan was always building something that can become my retirement without me having to work till I'm 150. So I already started trying to set things up and get things going in the early years of me and my business. And I literally had just started when tragedy set in and my late husband got diagnosed with cancer, which pretty much put my business on hiatus for 2 years. It takes pretty much 24/7 to take care of somebody, from appointments to treatments to radiation to chemo to all of the stuff. And if he would not have been such a big part in the local community, his great-grandparents built the school, helped build the school.
Wow.
So if he would have not have been such an integral part of the town we were living in, I don't know how we would have survived those 2 years, because the community rallied for us. I'm like, yeah, I made a little bit of money and some clients stuck around, but there was no way for me to say, hey, I can get this job done within the next week, because I never knew what was going to happen. So with that, when he passed away and I was looking at everything and I'm like, what am I doing with my assets? I had the media agency company. I had Ask Yvi, who was a web design company at this point. And I'm looking at everything and I'm like, people come to me for web design and they actually get business coaching. So that's when Ask Yvi became what you know it to be today. Over the time, just figuring out where really my strengths are and all of that, it became the business efficiency coaching. And that's where my passion lays, helping people build a business where you don't have to work 24/7, where you don't have to do all the work. We have so much technology nowadays that even when you start out and you do not have the budget yet to hire a VA or hire a big team, that you can automate things, that you can reuse things, you can do templates, you can do recurring stuff, and all of those things that can save you a ton of time and open up your schedule without you having to do all the work.
I love that.
So that's what I do with my clients. We start small. We start with solopreneurs, with automation, with technology, and really just streamlining your business, as well as then working on getting you out of your business.
I think, yeah, that's so critical, because, as an entrepreneur, and I have talked to you a little bit about this, that I'm at that point where I'm ready to scale. I know I want to scale, but I can't scale yet because I don't have the processes and systems set up where I'll succeed. So I think a lot of people are at this pivotal point in their business where they've got the traction, their name's out there, they know what they're good at, right? You have to figure out, what am I great at? So many entrepreneurs start off and like, I'm going to serve everyone. Yeah. And I'm going to offer 5 different things, either be great at web designing, be a great marketer, be a great brander, be whatever type of coach you are, but be specific, because otherwise you're spreading yourself too thin and you're like, okay, am I in web design mode or am I graphic design mode? So I think that is so critical.
And because you mentioned that scaling piece, when you were having enough budget and have enough work to be able to outsource, and to the point of then really having outsourced, that in between is really, really, really painful to most people, because what happens is people cannot read your mind. That in between of moving things off to your team, that is the most painful piece that often enough happens to people. As a warning example, why I push even my solopreneurs, I push them so hard to set up your processes, to set up your workflows, to do project management, even if it's just you. Because when the point comes of you wanting to outsource, you need those workflows. as the painful reminder that why you need those. Friend of mine, VA, she is amazing, and she scaled really, really fast. She does amazing work, which means she has a whole bunch of clients suddenly standing there. And she was ready to take the next step, and she just being the boss and bringing on a team of VAs to do the work. Yeah, but she didn't have the project management ready. She didn't have the workflows ready or anything, which meant within a month, she had lost clients because deliverables weren't sent. It wasn't the right quality. Things didn't get done how they were supposed to get done. They were late on deadlines. Literally after 2 months, she had to completely scale back again, fire the whole team, and start over because she didn't have those things in place.
Yes.
Now that was a VA. Now imagine if it's just us. She knows the work, she knows workflows, she knows how to explain to people, but because onboarding a team and having to explain to them what has to be done, where and how takes so much time that you are getting into that spiral of things not getting done.
Yeah. And you're right. Like, people can't read your mind. So I know we gotta jump into your coast method, but like just getting things set up, like your SOPs and your templates, and that's that point where I'm at. Like, I need all that so I can grow. I can't grow successfully. I'd be like that VA, scale, and I, would be a mess, and I wouldn't deliver the quality work, and that hurts your reputation and your name, right? And then, so I know that you kind of went through something. We were talking, that when you pivoted, like you were this web designer, and then you pivoted and you had to get your name back out there as more of that business coach. What did that look like for you? Like, share a little bit about that story.
Oh my God, it's interesting because people now see me more as the business efficiency consultant. So what I had to do is I was the web designer. I'm like, Jen Herman still calls me to this day. She is my web girl. And I love doing that stuff. I still do some web design. I still love doing it. But I had to retrain the people that knew me, as well as show myself to new people as the business efficiency coach. And that takes time.
Yeah.
It took about a year to pivot over from me being the web designer to me being the business efficiency consultant. It takes time for people to switch their brain and know what they call you for, which means, and that is part of clarifying your focus and your goals, not knowing yourself of what you are focusing on and what your message is makes it difficult for everybody else. So the moment I started to be like, I am the business efficiency consultant, I talk about productivity, tools, technology, all of that stuff. And I really drilled down on that message, and I left the agency quote behind that wasn't the public view anymore. Web design was an afterthought, the social media and all of those media offerings we have. The agency still exists, but it's not what I publicly present myself for. And it took, as I said, it took a year to really clean up that message. This is my focus. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you can call me for. This is what I'm speaking on. As I said, it's that first piece of really getting clear about your message. What is your focus? What is your goal? And it needs to be a singular message, because people don't do well switching in between things. They just don't.
I always say that on LinkedIn when someone has a headline that says like social media manager for small businesses and yoga instructor. I'm always like, okay, I'm confused. Do I reach out to you because I want to take a yoga class, or because I want you to handle my social media? So it's kind of the same thing. Like, you need to be clear and consistent. So being that we need to communicate and be clear and consistent, let's dive in to your coast method. And can you walk us through how you're the creator of this, correct? Mm-hmm. So tell us how you created that, and why don't we dive in a little bit, for each letter and what that stands for, and how that can, what it stands for and how it helps your business.
So coast method, it became the coast method just because you always need something in marketing that is easy to remember.
Right.
That's just why it is coast. We want
I
to
love the
nicely
name
coast along
because
with business.
we live on the coast.
Yep.
So, you could go with, and I live on the coast. I like it. It's cute.
So, and the separate pieces in it that we just found the right letters and names for it evolved literally just by paying attention to what builds a strong foundation of a business. What are those things that really need to be in place for you to build a strong business or bulletproof business, meaning no matter what life or business throws at you, that business can withstand whatever you throw at it. So as I already mentioned, clarifying your focus and goal has multiple reasons, and all of them are freaking expensive, freaking important. It becomes expensive if you don't get clear, but I don't want to freak people out that are just starting out. The focus and goals, they change, they adapt. Your focus changes on where you want to take things. I changed from web designer to business coach. That focus changed. You need to pivot. So don't make yourself too crazy, but you need to know where you are going. You need to know which message you are sending out there. So if you're a web designer and yoga instructor and you want to do more of the web design, stop advertising yourself as a yoga instructor. That doesn't mean you have to stop doing it. You still can do it. But focus your message on the web design. Where do you want to go? What is your end goal? We don't want to just jump in the car and just drive around. You can do that Sunday afternoon, but that doesn't work for your business. You need to know your destination. And that is that first major piece that doesn't just help you build a strong business. It also saves you a ton of time because it boxes you in. Yes, we want boxes at that point of what are you talking about? What categories are you doing social media for? How do you present yourself? Where do you go speak? For you right now, I know the girls told you, you don't get to go to live events anymore till your course is done.
Okay, let's clarify who those girls are too. It's Stephanie Liu and Amy Iram. They are two of my biggest supporters and encouragers, and Yvi's right. I have been blocked from going to any more conferences, any more speaking gigs besides what was already on the books. And so I really wanted to go to VidCon. I was having FOMO, fear of missing out. And they were like, absolutely not. And I was like, I felt like a little kid who said, their mom said, no cookies.
And that's what this state does for us too. We waste so much time with things that get us busy. You want to speak? Awesome, but you don't need to speak to those people and those people and those people because it doesn't fit in your focus, it doesn't fit in your goal, it doesn't feed into your final destination. So there is no reason to spend 5 to 10 hours to prep for the talk, go for the talk, and all of that other stuff that goes into something like that because your target market isn't there. It's not the topic you want to talk about. There is no advantage to you that gets you closer to your destination, which is why this is a really important piece. Again, things change. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is more important that you are doing something and you make a decision and you look what results you get out of that, which is the next piece of thing of observing and organizing all those. You're not going to get numbers. You never know if something is working or not if you are not doing. The doing is way more important than the figuring it out because you're not going to figure it out till you do it.
So I think what I got out of that, and I just want to share with the audience, is learning when to say no. Learning no is such a powerful word because as an entrepreneur, we think we have to be everywhere. Like we have to be on every social media platform. That's a myth. You don't need to be on every social media platform. You need to be on the ones where your clients are. You don't need to speak everywhere. I've learned this year I've said no because the audience was not my ideal audience. And where even though I've spoken at some of these networking groups in the past, it no longer serves me. And I've learned to say no. So I think no is a really powerful word as a business owner. And it doesn't mean that you're not caring. It doesn't mean that you don't want to support maybe that networking group, but it's not it's not a good use of your time, like you said.
And your energy. And there is a great resource when it comes to saying no to clients. One big thing for me is if I don't work with the right clients, I don't work well with my right clients either. So I can have one rotten tomato in my clients and it will affect all of my other clients. So I had to learn really hard, the really hard way to say no to certain clients. And there is a book out there called Go for the No.
Go for the no. Can we put that in the links? We'll put it in the links
Yes.
after the show. Okay.
I'll grab that. Which helps us change our thinking about saying no to a client. We don't want to say no. It's money that can pay our bills. Who doesn't like money? But the problem is if you say yes to the wrong client, it's going to suck up your energy. Often enough, there is way more scope creep on the work you are doing than with clients that are the right clients for you. And it just makes everything else less and more difficult. So you are not just having struggle with that client that doesn't work. You are taking that struggle to every single other client. So you are not helping.
And everyone you talk to, I had one of those clients late last year. And I was like, okay, our contract was up. And I was like, we need to finish up this work because I learned that my contract wasn't tight enough. Like I thought my contract was tight enough, but they were like, it was supposed to be like a 1 hour call every month, a strategy call, and then, doing the LinkedIn posts and stuff. And they like emailed me every week with a change and wanted a phone call like every other week. I was like, whoa, this is not what it was supposed to be.
And you can't blame the client. That's what I always tell my coaching clients.
All my fault.
They're going to try to get what they can get. That's human nature. We're going to try. So even if your contract might not be strong enough, if your contract says we have 1 hour call a week and we are doing that, you need to be the one keeping your client at bay and saying, that is out of scope. We can totally do that, but here's the additional cost.
Right. Lesson learned. Okay, so we've talked about C covers clarify your focus and your goals. We know how important that is. And then O is for observe and organize. So tell us a little bit like where we should be organizing.
And that, the observe feeds into pretty much all of it. As I said, doing is more important than trying to figure it out because you're figuring it out while doing it. You get website analytics, you get your social media analytics, you're getting feedback from clients, anything and everything, paying attention to what works and what doesn't work. You just get that by doing, and then you adjust going forward. The organization piece is your workflows and your processes, meaning when you start out paying attention to that, just take a pen and paper. You literally just have a notepad sitting next to you and, okay, I need to do this and this. And for example, web design. There is 1,000 different steps in between that need to be done. Image, content, coding, SEO, all of those little bits and pieces. And it doesn't matter how often I have done that. If I don't have the steps written down, I either way waste a ton of time because I'm like, what's next? What do I need to do now?
Right.
It doesn't matter how often you have done a task. You're always going to end up in the what's next if you don't have those workflows down. And that then also building those workflows, first of all, saves you time because people that don't plan waste 75% of their time. Can you imagine? 75%.
That's a lot of
just
time.
By trying to
and
figure
plus,
it out.
if you don't have them written down, how do you ever create your SOPs so that you can outsource it? So that's where I'm at. Like,
exactly. That is the next step.
That's really where I'm at, is like getting them written down so I can say, hey, VA, without throwing in, hey, VA, here you go. Or, hey, designer, this is what's upcoming and this is what I want done. So, and I know, we'll get more into like the organizing, like what programs people can, you guys, if you're wondering like what programs does Yvi use, drop that in the comments and we'll go in and answer that. What programs, what apps. I know that you're a business efficiency coach. So I know that you've tried probably every program and app out there, because you're like, I am not wasting my time. So I know personally, I've tried several apps and programs. I'm an app junkie. I actually have an addiction to AppSumo. I've also been told I'm not allowed to buy any more purchases from AppSumo because financially, it's just, it just sucks me in. $49. But, you know, I've learned also like which apps and programs work for me. So I know that you have some great apps. Mary Rose joined us. I create a spreadsheet with steps to use for future. It helps. That's great. We all have to do something, whatever, whether it's Excel or Google, or maybe you have a project manager like Trello board, Asana. There's all kinds of different project management. Do you have a project management tool that you can offer that you love?
Oh yeah. So when it's just you and you're starting all those out, pen and paper or Google Docs is great. When you're ready to take that to the next level, my favorite is ClickUp. I know there's people out there that love Asana. I know there's people out that love Trello because of the different ways how they work. ClickUp is the one in between. ClickUp is like Asana and Trello had a baby on steroids.
What?
Meaning,
I love baby on steroids. I love anything when someone says it's like a baby on steroids. That means it's the best of both worlds, and I need it. Again, see, I get all excited. ClickUp, is that CLICKUP?
Yes.
ClickUp? Okay.
Yes. And right now, for everybody that jumps into it and looks at it, put on your blinders. If you ever have worked with Photoshop, you know how that goes. There is so much capability in ClickUp. You need to put on your blinders, please. There's a whole bunch of videos on my YouTube channel too to get you to the point of just get started with it. Why I love using ClickUp is, first of all, what Mary is going to get to see is we build interactive SOPs. I don't just build Google documents of here is how you need to do things. If you don't know what SOPs are, SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures, meaning here's how you do your job. The problem is SOPs are just like an employee handbook. The moment it's printed out, it's outdated. So what we do is we take those standard operating procedures and plug those in and integrate those with the project management system, which is nice and easy in ClickUp. Now, when you plan for the next 5 years, you want to become the big millionaire, right? You want to work with a big team and you just want to sit on the beach. I know it sounds like a bad Instagram post, but you know where I'm going with this. Now, that means you're going to work with a whole bunch of different personalities. You're going to work with the type A that loves their list and just wants to check off things. Or you're going to work with more artsy people with graphics designer that are more visual, that want the postage look like Trello has. ClickUp allows for both. And you don't have to choose between those. You can just jump in between those. You can keep changing that look. If you decide you are more type A today and you want to see those jobs in a list, click on the list view. If you are like, oh my God, I can't think, I just want the visual, and you want the Trello look.
I'm a Trello board user. I like Trello board because it's so easy. Okay. So we have ClickUp. Mary Rose says she uses different forms depending on client, but Asana is her go-to, but she'll have to check out ClickUp. I use Trello with my clients as well, and my husband. Hey, someone's got to keep them organized.
Short affiliate mention. I usually don't do that often, but we got a really good deal. I work closely with ClickUp. Because of the YouTube videos I have done, they have reached out to me. And I do have if you ever decide you don't have to go paid with ClickUp, the free one does totally fine. Okay. But I have a coupon code that gives 20% off and locks in the price. Just saying.
After the show,
you don't have to go paid.
No, that's fine. I always like to promote what my Facebook guests use. So I'm all about drop that affiliate link in the comments after the show, because if somebody wants to sign up, why not save 20%, right?
Okay. And lock in the price.
And lock it in. I love
they're rolling beta out right now, so the look is changing a little bit. They have done an amazing work behind the scenes. I already have tested the beta. So if they raise the price in the future, you're still locked in. You're not paying more.
Well, that's how I got Ecamm. I'm an Ecamm beta user, so I paid one price a long time ago, and now it's a monthly fee. So I'm locked in. So Be a beta tester, it pays off. Okay, so we went over clarify your focus and your goals, observe and organize. Now we're talking about adjust and advance your processes. Can you touch on that a little bit?
So we already started kind of touching on that, meaning you start with pen and paper to lay out your workflows. You then might move into Google Spreadsheets or that kind of thing. And then we adjust those again into moving into a tool like ClickUp. Why do we want to do that? Especially if you are maybe just working for yourself right now. When we move those monthly tasks, weekly tasks, daily tasks, especially when you have recurring tasks, we can automate that in ClickUp. Meaning, I need to water my succulents. I need to water them once a month. I set that task once and I repeat that once a month. We can do the same thing with, okay, we need to weekly schedule our social media posts. I set the task once and I then repeat that in there, meaning I don't have to add it over to my calendar or I don't have to remind myself about that. You start saving yourself time in your prepping and that. And using your workflows, adjusting them, and going through those also helps you find those little tweaks of, I can't do that task before I did that task. So you start building those dependencies and you save yourself time again. Initially, it is a lot of work doing the thing and adjusting your workflows and adjusting your processes. I know it's a pain in the butt.
You've got to put in that work ahead of time to make it easier. Like setting up processes and systems, I already know, like that's going to be a chunk of work and I need to be at a space, a place, a point, whatever you want to call it. I need to have dedicated time just to work on that and not be rushed to do other things. So I think it's really important that we set aside time in our businesses to get set up so we can be successful and we can scale. So, whether you
need to start looking at your own business like it's a client.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are all guilty of it. We all care when we are passionate about what we do, which means we care more about our clients and their success than we do about ours. But we are not serving our clients well if we don't take care of our own business. So what I do with every single of my clients is they need to start looking at their own business like it is a client. And there is schedule behind it, there is deadlines behind it, and all that.
I'm so excited because I know it's going to be so great when I work with you in the future. And I know Amy's working with you too. And we're kind of getting, I think, maybe starting around the same time. So Amy and I are like, oh my God, we can have like little breaks.
Tomorrow.
I'm so mad that she's starting. I'm not mad. Okay, let me take that back, you guys, because I know we're live. I'm not mad. I'm happy. I'm just having FOMO because I kind of wanted to start with Amy because
You need to get your course done.
I know.
Focus, girl.
I know. Anyways, Amy and I are going to have little mastermind sessions. Yes, I have to get my course launched before I can do anything else. So September, it's me and you, girl. In the meantime, we have some other people joining. So hello to everyone who joined us. Whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, watching on YouTube, one of my Facebook groups, we appreciate you taking the time to watch this. And I just want to encourage you to go ahead and hit that share button and share this out so we can help the entrepreneurs and business owners bulletproof their business, because all it takes is one life tragedy, one big disaster, and you have to step away from your business and you haven't set up your SOPs and you haven't put your systems and processes into place, and you could lose everything. And you've worked so hard to get this business up off the ground. I don't want to see that happen. Yvi doesn't want to see that happen. So, share this out. Let's help everyone. And let's move on. This is a part that I'm getting excited for. S is for streamline your workflows. This is something that I am super excited to put into effect. By the end of the year, my SOPs, my streamline, all of that is going to be up and running so that 2020, I'm working less on the admin stuff, right? Less on the admin stuff.
And where with this streamlining, that's where we really start to bring technology in. Yes, I know a lot of people like to have an all-in-one solution. They want one program to do it all.
There isn't
the problem is it's just like us trying to serve all the clients and all the niches. It's like it doesn't work that way. But there's technology out there that allows us to take those tools and combine them, no matter if it's something simple as if this, then that helps you send information from one tool, one social media platform to the other. If it's Zapier, if it's an API integration, if it's whatever, that's with streamlining those workflows. That is where we start to really get nerdy, and that's where I get all excited and say, I get to nerd out. I love nerding out. How can we make the assets and the programs you have be more efficient? And yes, you want a VA, you want an assistant, you want to handle the stuff you don't want to deal with it, but we don't just want to throw money at them. If we can bring in technology to make life easier and streamline this and automate this, why not? That means we can pay $20 a month for a tool that takes care of $150 or $250 worth of work of your VA. Yeah. And we can place them to do somewhere else where AI just doesn't do the job.
I love it. Yeah, Zapier is great. If this, then that. I just ask people, like, what's your favorite tool for streamlining? So we'll see what they have. I know that my VA uses Zapier. We're using Zapier for a few things, but I know that we could use it for more. It's just, yes, I gotta get things set up.
Zapier is pretty much a good go-to, not pretty much, it's the go-to right now, but there's also a lot of native integrations. There could be that we say, you know what, the email newsletter provider you're using right now, we can't really do much with it. How about we switch over there because there's better automation integrated already in that program. They talk better with the other stuff you have set up.
So important.
That's where I have played around with so many tools and so many service offerings.
What's your favorite email provider? I use ActiveCampaign.
Yep.
Yay!
Making my life easy.
I use ActiveCampaign and Zapier. My website's on Squarespace. I'm happy with my website. I don't want to leave that platform because I can actually go in and make some minor changes when I need to. It's user-friendly. Yeah, I like ActiveCampaign. My VA, one of my requirements was that they knew ActiveCampaign. That's really what
ActiveCampaign is amazing.
Yeah, it has a lot of integration. So I'm going to put that in the notes that ActiveCampaign is a great... ActiveCampaign has a lot of integrations, right?
Mm-hmm. They have the open API. They talk to Zapier. They have native integrations with a lot of things.
ActiveCampaign has the best integrations. Awesome. Because I know a lot of people are always asking me what email provider do you use. And there's nothing wrong with the other ones. It's just like, how much do you want to streamline your stuff? MailChimp, a lot of people use MailChimp because it's free. I actually tried it for a month. It drove me bonkers. Yeah. It was so clunky. I couldn't do it.
I send people over to ActiveCampaign, to MailChimp when they are starting out, when they do not put any effort yet into any freebies or any connections or whatever, and they literally just need something to send an email once a month and collect those email addresses. So we do start in MailChimp if it's really just a complete beginner thing. As soon as they want to pay attention to their email following and their newsletter, we move them over to ActiveCampaign. We just export those emails, import them into ActiveCampaign, and we use that. To start out, if we are looking at budget too, we don't want to spend the money on ActiveCampaign if that's not your focus yet. If you just have to collect emails, use MailChimp.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
And I was guilty of that for a while. Like, I had Constant Contact, but I wasn't using email. But now, I probably send out 6 emails a month at least, 6 to 8. Kind of we're getting on a system where we have a process of when the emails go out and what that is all about. So streamlining your workflow is so important so that you can automate things and so that you can spend more time getting clients instead of doing the admin stuff, right?
Yeah.
The last part of this is transform your best business method. Now, not quite sure what that means, so why don't you take it away and explain to me what that means?
So transform your business, that is pretty much the final goal and the result we get out of this. It's gonna, once all of those steps are implemented, your business is gonna be nice, lean, and mean, and gonna be able to work on its own. And hey, if life doesn't hit you over the head, at least you get to take a vacation on the beach, because you're gonna be able to step away. I have so many people that I talk to who are like, yeah, it's like I can take a weekend off, but I won't even put my phone aside because maybe a client is going to call me. They can't even imagine taking a 2-week vacation.
And I can't imagine not taking vacation. So I know a lot of entrepreneurs, and there are times when you're busy and you have to stay up maybe to midnight because you committed to a project. You know, maybe you shouldn't have because it was outside your scope. Maybe you had too many clients. Maybe you had a vacation. So I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they work crazy hours, Yvi. Like they're up till midnight, or like I see a post like, hey, 3 a.m., just finished client work. I'm like, dude, I'm in bed at 9:30 every night. I don't stay up all night. I try to take Sundays. I was working too many days. My husband and, you know, we like to go to church, out to breakfast, Sunday fun day. So like Sunday's a sacred day for me. I'm no work. And someone posted on, it was Damian Russ. He was like, so do you work? And this was like a year ago, I think. Do you, if a client emails you, do you answer? I'm like, heck no. And some people were like, yeah. And there was a whole conversation. And I think as entrepreneurs and business owners, we have to set our boundaries. If we don't set boundaries, clients will take advantage. Now, this past Sunday, I was sitting around waiting for my sister to pick me up. So people were on LinkedIn because I'd been on a podcast and I was getting tons of connection requests. So I was like, oh, I'm waiting. I'll do that. But that was by choice. And they actually said, thank you for responding on a Sunday. And I said, oh, I'm just getting ready to leave. I'll be back in touch with you on Tuesday because I knew Monday was too busy. But I think I know for myself, Yvi, I don't want to work 40 hours a week in my business.
And that's where the transformational piece comes in. I don't want my clients to do this thing.
Right.
Take a vacation, and then you're trying to catch up on work again, and you're working crazy hours, and then you're taking some time off or you're getting sick. And we don't want to do this up and down. We want to get to a point. It's always going to be a little bit up and down. We always go through seasons. Nothing is ever straight. So no question about that. But we want to balance this out. I want to be able for my clients to allow them to go on a 1-week vacation, and business is going still.
Right.
You have an assistant, you have a VA, you have a team that's helping get things done while you are gone. So you can just slide right in the Monday after vacation without the, oh my God, my to-do list is full and I need to do this and I need to do that. No.
Do you feel, I see a lot of people that answer questions on the weekend and stuff. And, you know, we go to the lake a lot, and I love the lake because I get service out there, but I'm on a boat. I put my phone away. And I get a true rest when we go out to Lake Havasu because I'm like, hey, I'm at the lake, you know, I'm on a boat, I'm by the pool, the phone goes away. So I see a lot of people that like they're responding to stuff on the weekends, or it's one thing if you're working on your business, but do you work on the weekends? Is it a choice thing? What do you say to entrepreneurs like, I don't know how to set boundries?
You need to set boundaries. So for me in general, yes, I am around on weekends. No, I do not answer emails. They get scheduled for Monday. If I took a Wednesday, Thursday off and I decide to work on a Sunday, I will reply to emails, but they will not get sent till Monday morning.
That's another system process. You can type them all up and then boomerang them or something to have them set. Oh, that's a good tip.
You just schedule them. Some of my coaching clients, for example, we have the quote 24/7 digital access to me on a Slack channel. They know that they might not get answers on Sundays right away. And I have one of my coaching clients. She's so cute. She's like, you don't need to answer. It's Sunday. I know you might not be around. It's all good. But if I'm around and I have time, I do answer them. And my clients, they respect my privacy. They respect me taking time off and recharging. So I have the energy again to help them.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't work on weekends. If you want to work on weekends, we can work on weekends and take a Wednesday off if that fits your schedule.
Exactly.
But you need to set boundaries. You need to put, just as you need to make your business a client of yourself and schedule for your business, you also need to schedule time for yourself. If you are exhausted, if you are tired, if you are run down, you can't serve your clients. You're not going to help your clients, and you're not going to be on your best behavior for them to do the best what they need and help them.
Yeah, and you don't want to have burnout. Like I talked to some people and they're like, "Oh, I'm just so burnt out." And we are all going to have seasons. Like I'm going into a heavy season right now where I'm going to have some burnout in September, but I already have a weekend right after everything. I have a weekend getaway planned. Right? So I know that I'm going to need a couple days to refresh before that course opens up. So you guys, you've got to plan things and you've got to schedule your days, whether, you work on the weekend because that's better for you, at least have Wednesday, Thursday off or Tuesday, Wednesday, because you need to take care of yourself, you guys, because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't have a business. Bottom line. And I mean mentally and physically. Getting your exercise, getting some sunshine. I mean, we sit inside at computers, a lot of us, right? You're lacking vitamin D. I want you to all go outside and go for a walk today. That's my challenge. But yeah, we have to be careful and set our boundaries and make sure we're taking care of ourselves. Well, we have covered a lot of stuff today. So just to recap, Yvi is a business efficiency coach and just a fantastic human all around. Looking great in the red today. I love it. Thank you. I know. I love your shirt. I love it. So we covered her COAST method, which is clarify your focus and goals. That's like step number 1. If you haven't done that, you're not really running a business. You have to observe and organize. We all need to do a better job of that. Adjust and advance your processes or get them set up. Streamline your workflow. So important. I'm so excited to be working on that in September. And then transform your business method so you don't get burned out. Yvi, you have given us so many bite-sized tips. And we have one more thing before I do my sign off. Yvi is the creator of the Bulletproof Your Business Planner 2.0. And so I'm super excited. Like, look, I got it signed. Wait, can you see? Look at that. It's all signed. And so I'm really excited to dive in. And I told Yvi I hadn't written in it because it's so pretty. Well, that's kind of stupid. I need to start using it because now that I
tried to make it not too pretty so you actually use it.
Right, and it's not that it's so pretty, it's clean. Let me refrain. I used the wrong word. It's business at its core, but water, supplements, you cover the whole person, not just the business. Like, did I work out? Did I take my supplements? I have those, right? My water, my bills due, my follow-ups, my week's focused. And what I love about this, because I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest, and I'm going to show you something, and you guys are going to laugh.
How many journals do you have?
So I have this one. I have this one. And I don't use them. They're too big, okay? I thought, a bigger one will be better. And I have another one that I think I threw away. This one of these, I used it for 2 months. That was it. And these were a little pricey. So I'm excited because this one is the right size for me. And I feel like this is really going to help me bulletproof my business. I can have my weekly focus, and I'm just really excited to work with you. And I'm not affiliate or anything, you guys. You guys know me. I promote people, products, and places that I know and love, that I've used them. So if I haven't used your product, I'm probably not going to promote it. So I'm super excited to be working with Yvi here in the near future and compete with Amy. No, I'm just kidding. Let me put this away. We'll be like, no, I got this done first. So Yvi, you're bulletproof. How can people get this if they want this lovely? How can people get this?
So we have that, the version you have right now, we have that on the website, but the Indiegogo campaign is running right now to get the funds together to manufacture the 2.0 version. So we took the adjust and advance, organize, right? we took all the feedback from the people that have been using the planner lately, as well as me. The features are still all the same. So it's all the things we know we should do and often don't do. But we streamlined the layout a little better to easily be usable in an everyday setting. So, for example, your whole habit tracking moved into the daily layout because that's where it's happening,
right?
That
makes sense.
So just little changes like that. And the Indiegogo campaign is running right now. And Mary actually was really smart because I decided I'm not just gonna sell the planner. I have some stinking deals on my coaching packages on there. So they are pretty much buy one, get one deals. You're never gonna see those ones again. So
I know, I'm so excited.
If you really want to drill down on your business and scale and get shit done.
Yep.
Now is the time because those deals are never going to come back around. And it's on Indiegogo. We'll plug the link in. They have some really weird. It's igg.me/AT/bulletproof. Yes, that's a short URL. It is what it is. We're using a different platform. So we'll plug the link in. It's going till August 8th.
Okay.
And we have different levels in there. You can
8th deadline.
Yep.
I'm typing that in.
You can just go grab a planner. We have from Go Grab the Planner to the membership where we have some amazing ladies in there. It's kind of the group coaching. I have the single assessment in there at an amazing deal. We got the one-on-one coaching, which is 2 months, and you just pay for 1 month pretty much. Not looking at anybody who grabbed that deal.
Because I'm smart like that.
I would love to.
Amy and I are smart like that, and we're like, yep, it's time to get shit done. It's time to get busy and get all of this stuff done, and we're going to work with you, and I'm super excited. So you guys, Yvi, after the broadcast, if you want to drop your links in, this show is really to serve my network and my guests. So, please drop links into all that because I know it's an amazing deal and I can't wait. And then you guys, we have kept you on long enough, so let's wrap up the show. Thank you so much, Yvi, for taking the time. Thank you everyone who joined in and who commented. We will go back and reply and everything. Don't forget to tune in Monday Motivation with Mary at 7 a.m. right here on all of these channels, wherever you're watching from. I'm using Restream, so we should be going live on about 5 different places. So it's a Monday mornings. It's a real quick show. It's 7 minutes or less, and it's just a little motivation tip for your week to get you thinking about something or taking action. And then next week, I am having back-to-back shows because of the 4th of July holiday, because I do take time off. And so my next show is next Wednesday with Chris Tan, and we're talking about messaging marketing, and that show is at 7 p.m. We're back on track, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, daylight time right now. So please join us for that show. And if you like the show, you guys, give us 5 stars, give us a review, tell us that you liked it. Is the length okay? Did you like the topic? Is there a topic that you want us to talk about? Let me know and I'll find a guest. Finally, if you are ready to turn your LinkedIn profile into a lead magnet, there's 2 ways you can do that. You can struggle. You can work on it for hours, days, or weeks. Or you can sign up for my masterclass on August 29th. I'll be dropping that link in later, and I'm doing a free masterclass, 1 hour of my top tips for LinkedIn. So I hope to see you there. Message me for any details. If you need help right now, sign up for a strategy session and we'll get rocking and rolling to create your rockstar profile. Thank you again so much. Let me bring Yvi back on. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Make it the best day ever. Ciao.
Bye, everybody.